What's going on, guys? Zigablaze here, and today we are going to be doing an Emblem guide tutorial. I got a request from one of my subscribers, Electrical Pig, and he wanted to know how to make my Paradox emblem that I've created here. And today I'm going to show you guys how to do that, as well as show you guys a few different weapon paint jobs that I've created today. So hope you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy these tutorials as we run through some of the custom stuff I've made in this game. Alright, so to start things off with this emblem, I'm just going to show you guys what I started off with here to work with so you guys have a general understanding of how to put this emblem together. But basically, if you look and you get rid of all the layers around the emblem itself, you are left with Mr. Derpfish. Now this is one of the default emblems that you get right off the bat as something you can equip to your character, but you can also use it as a decal to move around and customize to your liking. You can make them larger and smaller and you can stretch them out, but you can't edit their color or anything like that. So I really like the eyeball on this fish and I decided I wanted to work with it, so I'll show you guys how to do it from here. Alright, to start things off, you want to go onto the stickers page and select Trickery. Once that's selected, what you're going to want to do is try to make your fish a little bit bigger here, and you want to centralize it so that the eyeball kind of rests basically right in the middle of your screen. I kind of freeball my emblems. I don't really do exact coordinates or anything like that. So this is going to be a very loose tutorial as I show you guys how to put this together. So what you're going to want to do is drop your fish on down here, then head on over to any shape really. Square works, but we're going to leave that there, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So first thing you want to do is take your circuit slot. Now this is what I used as the centerpiece here for the fish. So what I'm going to do is change this to a color that I can work with for now. It's not going to be the final color, but just something so I can see the contrast really well. Alright, what I'm doing now is just kind of fitting this eye in so that you can't really see any of the outline of the eye, just the pupil and the little shimmer of light that is coming off of it. I'm just going to try and center this real nice and leave it like that. Okay, I'm back. Just have to turn the volume down on the music. It was way too freaking loud. Okay, so anyways, what you're going to do is take your white background and layer it below your... what is this layer called? I don't know. Whatever this little fancy middle piece is here that we're using, you're going to want to layer these white squares underneath that so that it looks clean. And basically all you have to do is cover up the entirety of the fish here with the white background. Pretty simple. You can do this with any real thing that you want to, as far as shapes go, to cover up all the background. But once we have our background covered up like this, we're good to go on to the next step. So I'm going to change this background back to black now. As you guys can see, these colors kind of get glitched out sometimes. Like this isn't black that it's showing here. It's kind of weird. The color thing gets kind of glitched, but I'm hoping that they update the emblem editor soon so it gets fixed and it's a bit easier to use. Because it can be a little aggravating at times when layers delete themselves and other stuff like that, but yeah. So next step, what you're going to want to do once you have your eyeball here in the center is basically whatever you want. I'm going to do a copy of my Paradox emblem, but honestly, you guys can freestyle it kind of whatever way you like to recreate it in your own sense, because you have a lot of free space to work with here that you could do a lot of cool different designs with. What I used were these designs here. I thought they looked really cool and they worked really well with this. So what you're going to do is get it down to a nice size. It looks pretty neat. And what I did was I used the right hand dash that's kind of hanging off of all of this shape here to line up with the right hand side over here. So this part that's touching, I kind of line these two things up just using my eyes so that I can get a really nice, neat looking shape out of it. And then I'm just going to drop that down and copy that layer over. Now when I grab this other layer, you're going to want to flip it over, so you can just click select on your controller to flip it, and it will just mirror on the other side. So basically I'm going to do exactly what I did on the first side to try to make it look as neat as possible here. So that looks pretty much all good for me. So then I'm going to copy the layer again and I'm going to bring it down over here. So once you bring your layer down here, the bottom part's a little bit harder to do because you're not lining up the inside piece with the other side. I kept these facing out. You guys can do it this way if you want to, so it like mocks all the top side, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't look as good as you guys can see. So what I did is just take my shapes and flip it down like this. So once you get your piece down here lined up to your liking, you're gonna basically do the same exact thing. So you copy this layer over and you're gonna flip it again with the back button and basically just try and mock it as closely as you can to the right hand side. That looks pretty spot on. Okay, so now here is the part where you can add some color and some life to this image. I chose my 4 colors just because I like the contrast of them, but if you want to go for a certain theme, you can do that. First thing we're going to do is add a little bit of color to the eye. So I'm going to take this shape here, which is kind of like this little donut thing, and we're going to bring it down over onto the eye itself. I'm going to make it just small enough so that it like fits around the inside of the eye, and take the opacity down of it a decent amount to give it the eye a bit more of a 3D look to it. Now you can leave it white. I think it looks pretty cool like this, but what I did was add some color to it. So you could give your thing like a green eye or a blue eye or like a purple eye. We'll do purple for this episode. Our editor guide here, because why not? Okay, let's do it. So I'm gonna turn the brightness up just a little bit so you can see a bit more of the purple out of it. And we'll do like that. That looks cool. Okay, so once you give your eye some, now you can go back over onto these layers here, and what you're gonna wanna do is copy each of these layers again. So I'm copying the top left layer, and now that I have it, I'm going to toggle outline. Oh, I guess I'm working with the top right layer. It doesn't really matter what order you do it, so. You outline the shape that you used there for the corner, and this is where you can start adding your color in. So we'll go with like a teal, and I like to bring my outlines underneath my solid images. You can leave it on top if you'd like, but I think it looks a lot cleaner when you put it underneath. So we're gonna do that for the first one. Then we're gonna copy this one over here and make an outline out of it. For this one, we will do a yellow color. Then we'll copy this one here, make an outline for that as well. We'll do a nice red. Then finally, we'll copy this one on the bottom, and we will do some purple. All right, so now once you have that done, you basically have your paradox emblem created. This only takes roughly 15 to 16 layers to make. It's not really a super hard emblem tutorial, in my opinion. I really enjoy making these emblems, and I really enjoy them. So if you guys do want to see more stuff like this, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you guys want more emblem guides out of me or anything else like that, because I truly do enjoy making stuff like this, but this is very novice. If you guys want more in-depth, really detailed emblems, then I can make more for you guys in the future. But yeah, so this is gonna wrap up the paradox part of this thing, but stick around because the video is not over yet. I am now gonna flip on over to my paint shop. We are going to show you guys a few different things that I have going on in here. So I worked on a couple different weapons. I'll just show you guys these real quick. I'm not gonna do any tutorials on these things specifically, but I just wanted to showcase you guys what I've worked on so far to customize my own weapons. So first here, we have the Skulk paint job, and yeah, I just did a little bit of 3D blood splatter with a skull guy kind of on the front. It looks pretty badass, and when you reload the weapon, you can see it really nice, and it just looks cool on the top of the ICR here. It makes it look like it hits even harder than it already does. Up next, we have the KN57, and I just did a Z-Tech camo on this, so I took a nice lime green color, and I just added a lot of technical design to it, and just tried to really make it look really futuristic and modern. And then right in the middle here, as you guys can see, we have the Z finish. So I just have a little tiny Z logo sitting on a little white diamond in the middle of the weapon, and I think it looks really clean, really nice with like the white accents to it around it. Up next, we have kind of a funny one that I decided to make this morning when I first woke up, and this is the Black Operation paint job that I've created. I decided to take the skull guy once again and deck him out with a pair of sunglasses. I have my ZB for Ziga Blaze, and decided to do a Black Ops 4 badge of some sort onto the weapon. I think this one looks pretty cool. Honestly, I could go a little bit more in detail with it. I might just outline This, I feel like it might just add a little bit of color to it, and yeah, we'll go with purple for that. That looks really cool actually, so we'll just save the changes on that. And that's the Black Operations one that I made for the Vapor. As far as submachine guns, I made one Spitfire that I thought was pretty cool. I call it Zapper, and I took a bunch of different small layers of all these dots and then put a pretty cool like Zap logo in the middle of it. So I thought this was fun, and it kind of makes sense for the Spitfire because it's like lightning fast when it shoots, so that's what I was going for with that. And then second to last here, I have the Buggin' Out. I took a long time on this one this morning. This is truly one of my favorite ones that I've worked on yet for paint jobs. This is my second favorite one I've made, definitely. And this one's very intricate. Let me zoom in for you guys here. So I put this one on the Hades LMG. It's a really fun weapon, but we have a lot of different layers going on here. So I have my Hex Butterfly going on and the Dragonfly. And the back of the gun has kind of like a purple and black vibe going, and then as you get more towards the front, you get your splatter down below and the spider web that I tried to kind of fade into the gun camo here. So I think this one looks really nice as well. And then last but not least, my favorite gun in the game thus far is the Auger DMR. I don't know why it's showcasing the ICR right here, but I will show you guys my Auger camo now. This one's definitely my favorite that I have. It's called Tigre. And it's just the way it looks on the gun when you're in game, it just looks really nice. Let me pull it up for you. So I just took one of the tiger outline that is here, and I decided to work with that, and then I just kind of built a picture around that, and the tiger just looks really nice. So I decided, why not go for this? Honestly, I love it, and I think I'm going to make some more of them. But if you guys made it this far in the video, imagine you're somewhat interested in paint jobs and learning how to do customization things for your weapons to make them more unique and personal for you. I think this is really cool because it just showcases a little bit of your own style in the kill cams and whatnot when you get final plays, and you get to show off to your friends like all your cool stuff. None of my other friends have a tiger hanging off the side of their DMR, so I like to pride myself on the fact that I make stuff like this and I enjoy it. But yeah, if you guys have any guns that you would like to see me make a cool paint job for, leave your ideas down below. If you guys have a cool name for any paint jobs that you guys would like to make up down below, we could start a series out of this, honestly, if you guys would like to. I think that would be really cool. So all you guys have to do is leave a comment down below with the name of a paint job that you guys would want to see me make. And then kind of any ideas to go along with it, and I'll see if I can bring those paint jobs to life for you guys in the future. And I'll even incorporate your names and stuff onto the weapons, and I think that would be really cool. I can put your gamer tags and whatnot. So yeah, let me know down below, guys. For sure, I would love to do something like that going forward. And yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me showcasing off some of the different customizations that I have created here in Black Ops 4. I'm going to stop babbling. I hope you guys really enjoyed this style of video. I sure enjoyed making it. It's a lot of fun to do these, and I really like to show this type of stuff off to you guys. If you guys want to see more emblems or more videos like this out of me, let me know down below. But as always, I love all of you. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe rest of your day, and I will see all of you beautiful faces later. Peace out, guys.